Welcome 4-plussers and YouTubers to Battle Report 19. Last week was a hard week for the Angels. The forces of Chaos are bringing their toughest and their best to the battle. The Dark Angels fought to a narrow draw with the demons at one of their command bastions and then maintained control. It left them weakened, however, and once again the Fallen made ground and took over our power station at tile 8-2. This week Chaos isn't letting up. Second assault on the command bastion is underway. We rolled the relic mission with hammer and anvil deployment. Since I have no power station again, I essentially lost all the pregame rolls because my opponent has +3 to everything, and I was forced to set up first with a pretty high likelihood that he's going to steal initiative. The demons have a 3+ to the steal roll, so basically I set up with the assumption that he steals, so you see my forces are pushed way back from the line. My forces are Devastators in the command bastion with the Warlord Librarian. On top of the bastion is a command squad with a level 1 Librarian. The Angels brought 2 Vindicators, 4 Las-Plaz Razorbacks. Taking cover behind the 2 lowest Razorbacks are 2 more missile launchers that are combat squads from a 10-man tac squad. In 3 of the Razorbacks, the 3 closest to the bottom, are the other combat squads with flamers and the sergeants. The Devastators are once again going to have instant death due to my command bastion bonus. The demons brought a Lord of Change Warlord and a Tzeentch Demon Prince. I don't mention the psychic powers because they really didn't come into play this game. Behind the 2 big boys is a solo Tzeentch Herald with a Portaglyph. There's 2 Beasts of Nurgle, 3 Blood Crushers of Khorne, and a Soul Grinder of Tzeentch with Phlegm, and a Skull Cannon of Khorne behind him. In reserves is 2 squads of Pink Horrors, 10 man each, and a squad of Bloodletters with 15 men, I believe. You see the die roll of a 1 in the center of the table. That's actually his steal roll, so Dark Angels are going to go first. First turn Dark Angels, it is Night Fight. I go ahead and back up the 2 tactical squads and the Razorbacks closest to the Soul Grinder to take them out of Phlegm range. Basically after the Grinder moves, I am giving up some shooting though since it's Night Fight. The other 2 Razorbacks pull up for a little better line of sight. In the shooting phase, Andy is wisely deployed, and both of his monstrous creatures are completely out of line of sight of the instant death Devastators. So we pick on the next biggest target, which is the 3 Blood Crushers, and we kill them achieving first blood. First turn demons, pretty much what you would expect. It's a bull rush straight ahead with everything as fast as it can go. The only effective shooting was a glance on the lead Razorback by the Soul Grinder, and the warp was calm. Dark Angels turn 2, time to focus on the big demons and do some damage if we can. The combat squads hug the edge of the board to keep them out of Phlegm range again. The Razorbacks all pull up for their shooting, and the Vindicators split up. I keep one aimed sort of in the direction of the Demon Prince, just in case I get a crash result on him. Vindicator strength 10, and he can instant death a Demon Prince. In the shooting phase, the instant death Devastators do manage to kill the Lord of Change, granting Slay the Warlord, and he was flying, so it was tough to hit him, but we got it done. Everything else shoots at the Demon Prince, but they either fail to hit, fail to wound, or just simply don't get a grounding test done on him. Demons turn 2. The demons all arrive from reserve. 1 squad of horrors arrives near the relic. Everything else advances. The other squads of horrors and bloodletters arrive in my backfield. And the Demon Prince tees up a very easy charge on the command bastion. The Portaglyph does spit out a single pink horror. I circled him in yellow because he's hiding behind the cactus there. The pink horrors shoot and kill one of the 5-man combat squads. The bloodletters run to get out of a nice tight deep strike formation, which is, the perfect Vindicator template. The Warpstorm table rolls up Nurgle and kills 2 pink horrors near the relic that aren't on screen. None of the other demon shooting is effective. In close combat, the Demon Prince charges and scores 3 glances and a penetrate. The penetrate destroys or doesn't destroy Heavy Bolter. It kills. It's like 2d6 strength 6 hits on the guys inside, so we end up losing 3 Devastators and a stun result. So they're only going to be snap firing next turn. The Plague Beasts don't accomplish anything on the Razorback. Dark Angels turn 3. The remaining combat squad with the missile launcher pulls up to charge the horrors. The Vindicator and the combat squad that disembarks look to kill some bloodletters, hopefully soften them up so I can survive any assault from them. The other two Razorbacks that still have combat squads inside make a beeline for the relic. In the shooting phase, the Vindicator and combat squad combine to kill 7 bloodletters, but the squad that's about to charge the pink horrors don't kill anything with their bolt pistols. The closest Vindicator to the relic thins out the horrors near the relic, killing 4. Remember, 2 more of them actually died to Nurgle last turn during the Warp Storm. The Devastators fail to hit anything, but the Las-Plaz Razorbacks do manage to hang 3 wounds on the Demon Prince, but he's going to live on to fight another turn, which means at least 2 more turns of combat with the Bastion. The automated heavy bolters do manage to dispatch the lone pink horror, though. In close combat, the Marines charge and kill 5 pink horrors. That includes the instability test at the end of the fight. The Demon Prince continues to beat on the Bastion, scoring more glances and a penetrate, destroying one of the emplaced weapons, and killing another Devastator on the inside. Demons turn 3. The Plague Beasts advance and the Bloodletters move to rescue the pink horrors. The Soul Grinder and the Skull Cannon advance. The horrors in the center claim the relic. Lastly, the Portaglyph actually spits out another 6 horrors. In the shooting phase, the Warp Storm intensifies and spits out 10 Bloodletters. The Bloodletters go ahead and run to spread out. Shooting from the pink horrors glances a Razorback, kills 2 Marines. The other shooting's not too terribly effective. In close combat, the Bloodletters easily dispatch 5 Marines, pretty much what we expected. The Plague Beasts kill 2 more Marines. In an epic round of close combat, the severely wounded Demon Prince smashes the Command Bastion to bits, getting a 7+ on the pen chart, and it kills everyone inside and 3 Marines on the roof as well. The last 2 Marines and the Librarian that were on top are actually kind of hiding there behind the wreckage. They will come into play later, but not play a major role for the rest of the game. Turn 4 Dark Angels. We must stop them from getting away with the relic. When it was just 4 pink horrors, I wasn't really worried. I could just shoot him off it, but with the Warp Storm reinforcements that he got last turn, it just got really bad in terms of me getting him off the relic. In the shooting phase, 2 Marines and the Librarian kill the Demon Prince, so that's nice to have that pressure out of my backfield. The Razorbacks do manage to kill 5 Bloodletters with their 6 shots. That's pretty impressive. No other shooting's effective this turn. The Vindicators scatter, or a Vindicator may have helped out with those Bloodletters there too. Demons turn 4. The Bloodletters and the Horrors are going to move to try and take heat off the relic from my mechanized forces. The Soul Grinder moves up into position to go ahead and rock a Razorback and its contents if possible. The Bloodletters move up to shield the horrors that are retreating with the relic. Interestingly enough, the Pink Horrors and Skull Cannon combine to wreck a Razorback, but the Soul Grinder fails to hit his target, so he's going to have to just charge a Razorback. The Warp was calm this turn, and it actually ends up being calm or just a no effect for the remainder of the game, so I'm not going to mention the Warp Storm table from here on out. In the Assault phase, the Soul Grinder smashes open the Rhino and ends up pinning the Marines that were inside. The Bloodletters penetrate the Vindicator and stun it. The Pink Horrors attempt to charge on the Marines, but lose 2 to Overwatch and fail. The lone Marine that's been fighting the Plague Beasts is still standing stuff. His valiant accomplishment must not go unmentioned, because this is actually kind of nice. He's taking him out of the game and allowing me to just kind of ignore him. Turn 5, Dark Angels. The Space Marines go ahead and advance to charge the Skull Cannon if they can. They do come up short, though, in the assault phase. In the shooting phase, everything that can fires at the horrors, but I'm playing with remnants, as is the demons player for the most part. That's holding the objective. We kill 3, but the relic's still in their possession. Of course, the guy that's holding it lives. The cost of killing the pink horrors is actually a wrecked Razorback there. It ended up getting hot on the twin-linked plasma and failed the 1-2-3 save and ended up dying. The Vindicator, however, steps up, makes a game-saving shot, and kills the Soul Grinder. So that's fantastic news for the Space Marines. Demons turn 5. The Skull Cannon moves forward to charge the Marines and goes ahead and shoots first and kills 2 of them. The Bloodletters converge on the Vindicator and finish it off. The lone Marine against the Plague Bearers is currently on a 14 save streak. Gotta love it. In a bit of a turn of luck for the Dark Angels, the Skull Cannon charges in, but does no wounds with his impact hits. The Marines turn around and crack grenade him to death. So that worked out. Got a free kill there on my opponent's turn. The game actually continues into turn 6. The Dark Angels advance and shoot the Lone Horror off the relic, and it's a good thing it continued into turn 6 because I was losing up until this shooting phase. Let's see here. In close combat, the Remnant Marines, I go ahead and charge into the closest horrors to try and take them out of the game. The Lone Marines save streak that's fighting the Plague Beasts there, he ends up at 19 saves now, made in a row. Not bad. Close combat's pretty brutal. Kill 5 horrors and 2 Marines die. Turn 6 demons, it's all tied up now that the demons don't have the objective, and I'm going to make a run for line breaker on turn 7 if there is one to try and win this. The demons move to intercept. The Portaglyph does spit out 6 pink horrors this turn, but they're too far away to claim the objective this turn. Overwatch stops the charge, so I still have a chance to win this game on turn 7. If I can just get into line breaker with these Marines. There is another charge. 1 dies on Overwatch. He charges in. I get 3 wounds on him. He makes all 3 saves, but then he fails to hit with his 2 attacks. So no close combat casualties. Super Marine, he finally dies. It's too bad, but at this point it doesn't matter. He did his job. The Plague Bearers are essentially removed from the game. Or the Plague Beasts are essentially removed from the game from any damage they can do. They are still getting line breaker though. The game does move on to turn 7, and I remember some of my old training almost 20 years ago. I think I started playing actually like 18 years ago, 17 years ago. My buddy Paul, who got me into the game and introduced me to this, he would just relentlessly whoop on me, and one of his favorite things to do to me was he would park rhinos or Razorbacks on top of objectives to keep me from getting to them because there's that 1-inch halo that you can't move within to claim an objective or to get near an enemy model. You got that 1-inch halo. So in the ultimate dick maneuver, but in the spirit of the Imperium, if I can't have it, nobody can. So I take my Razorback and drive it up and run over the relic and just park on top of it, which the relic, the rules for the mission say that you can only pick it up by touching it, or you can only take possession of it by touching it in the movement phase. So essentially what I've done is I've denied the demons the ability to get the relic by parking my Razorback on it. Since it is turn 7, I know the game's gonna end. My Marines did make it into line breaker with a run move, so I'm now winning 3-2 if I can keep those 3 Marines alive. Turn 7 demons, with the relic denied, all the focus turns to the 3 line breaking Marines. And the pink horrors get it done. They kill the 3 Marines unceremoniously, and that's it. The game ends in a draw with the Razorback with 1 hull point parked on top of the relic. You always regret leaving a low armor vehicle alive with a single hull point, I tell you. Thank you, Andy, for a great game. Thank you, Paul, for my early Warhammer beatings. As you can see, some of the lessons actually stuck with me. And thanks, everyone, for watching.